I'm gonna love you.
Hey everybody, welcome to Coffee with Brian. Yeah, it's actually coffee. Sometimes it's tea, but it's actually coffee today. This one's gonna be a whole different thing here. I don't even think I'm gonna talk about art today. I mean, if you want to look at art, you can look at a piece. This is actually the newest flow I just did behind me. It turned out pretty cool. I liked it. Of course, my favorite color, blue. About 2 shades of blue, 3 shades of blue in it. So can't go wrong with blue, folks. I'm going to do something different. I'm going to talk about something, and then we're going to end it on a lighter note. I want to tell y'all a couple jokes. Yeah, y'all didn't know I had a comedic side, did you? So we're going to talk about something kind of serious here, and then we're going to talk about something. Well, we're just going to tell jokes. We're going to end it on a good note. All right. The serious thing I want to talk about, this Tide Pods thing. All right, there's two sides to this. Because everybody's losing their minds over this thing. First off, if you're a kid, teen, college kid, whatever out there doing this, please stop. I know peer pressure is strong. Trust me, I know. I dealt with it too when I was growing up. I know peer pressure is going to get you. I know. But let me tell you something. That Tide Pod that you're going to stick in your mouth is going to get you worse and kill you. Remember that. It can kill you. So please, I'm urging you, please don't stick this stuff in your mouth. All right? Now, with that being said, I'm seeing people say, Darwinism, just let them thin themselves out, blah, 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 This is not the first time kids have done stupid stuff. All right, folks. I try to look at things from a positive perspective. I try to look at all sides of things here. So I thought back when I was a kid. Now, let me tell you stuff we did when I was a kid. And I'm soon to be 49 years old, so that was a long time ago. Yeah, I know. Oh, you're ancient, blah, 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 whatever. When I was a kid, I remember kids eating glue. That's right, Elmer's glue in school, like grade school and stuff. Every kid ate glue, And I'll tell you something personal. Let me tell you something I did myself. Well, watching sports, baseball players, football players, they used to always put that black stuff under their eyes. You know what I'm talking about? I know y'all know what I'm talking about. Well, that stuff, I guess, was to keep, like, the stadium glare from getting in their eyes, you know what I mean? Well, me being the incurative little crap that I was, I actually roped my neighbor 2 doors down into it, one of my friends, and I want to put black stuff under her eyes. Well, I ain't shoe polish, I had no makeup, If I'd have got my mom's makeup, she'd have whooped the crap out of me, I didn't have none of that. So, but what I did have was a pencil. That's right, lead pencil. So what did I do? I proceeded to put lead pencil under my eyes and under my friend's eyes. And his mother came out and she flipped the crap out. I ain't think about lead poisoning and all that crap. I mean, I was a kid. I didn't think of that crap, But, that's about as bad as a Tide Pod, don't you think? I also remember some of my friends building ramps, and with our bikes we'd jump each other. And sometimes it didn't end so good. Sometimes it hurt. It hurt bad. Let me tell you another game we used to do. We'd ride our bikes. Back in the day, we had bikes. There was no internet. There were no phones like this. There was no, You know, there was no social media. Our social media was the outside, was each other, our friends. And you knew your friend was home, or you knew where all your friends was, wherever all the bikes were. That's where your friends was where the bikes were. That's where the hangout for the day was. Anyway, our thing was we'd ride around on our bikes. And it was real cool to take like a stick, pick up a stick when the other one wasn't looking while right, stick a stick in their spokes and watch them fall. Man, we scuffed up. I don't think anybody ever broke a bone. We messed up a lot of bike rims, and we could have been messed up bad. Could have got ourselves a concussion. We could have snapped our neck. We could have broke bones, Didn't think about that stuff, people. So, I know it's stupid. You know it's stupid. But think back when you were a kid. How much stupid crap did you do? I mean, think about that, So I'm trying to look at this from another point of view here. Yes, now that I'm older, well, I think I'm more wise. Some of the decisions I make. I cut up a mattress with a chainsaw. Hello. But, I see now where that's very harmful, very hurtful. They could really severely hurt themselves. But you got to think back when you were a kid. You wasn't thinking about what it could do to you if it was harmful or what the repercussions of what you did were going to be. We didn't think of that. We did it, and then somebody got hurt. Well, let's bandage them up. Let's get them to the hospital. If you did something really bad and your parents found out, well, you took that butt whooping. Lord knows I got my share of them stupid things. I got my butt whooped so many times when I was a kid that it quit hurting when my mom did it. So she went and got my stepdad, and she started to have him do it. And let me tell you, that dude thought he was Bruce Lee with a belt. Let me tell you, that belt was swinging everywhere, and I went from, oh, ow, oh, ow, oh my God, oh, gee, it hurt. But anyway, the point I'm trying to make is, let's not try to make fun of these kids and, put them down. Let's help them, Try to think on their level. Try to reach them on their level. Because more than likely it's peer pressure causing them to do this. The only thing I can't figure out is who was the first kid that looked at a Tide Pod and was like, wonder what this tastes like, But if you think through history, that happens a lot. I did it when I was a kid, man. Oh, there's dirt. Wonder what that tastes like. Oh, that's nasty, Oh, there's an earthworm. What does he taste like? Stuff like that. Kids are curious. Kids are influenceable. And peer pressure is still as strong today as it was when I was a kid or when some of you that are even older was a kid, When I was young, it was peer pressure to smoke cigarettes. And I fell for it. And I smoked. And I smoked for, oh Lord, 34 years? No, 32 years. And I ended up getting COPD from it. Not bad, just starts of it. I do fine. But it was peer pressure that got me hooked on them stupid cigarettes. And, back in that day, it wasn't really regulated. So I was like 13 years old buying cigarettes from the gas station. Yeah. I was buying Marlboros from the gas station at 13 years old. Can't do that anymore, but thank God. But back then, you'd be 10 years old, go buy you a pack of smokes, Jack. And ain't nobody going to say a word about it. Your parents get pissed off. And believe it or not, mine found out. I was coming back. I went and got me 2 packs of Marlboros. I went down the interurban trail, I lived a little bit west of town. And I went the interurban trail into town, and there was a Marathon station right down there. I went and got me my 2 packs of smokes because I had paper out. I detasseled corn, all that. I had money. And I was coming back, and I see my mom's van. At the time, my mom was a Avon representative, district manager or something, I don't know. But she was out in her van passing out them little books they have. I don't know what it is. But I've seen the van, and I was like, oh, crap. So I shoved them cigarettes down in my waistband and my shorts, put my shirt over them. She's like, what you doing? I said, oh, I just out walking around, trying to find my friends and stuff. She's like, you want to race? Because, see, I was big into running back then. I did track, cross country, all over. She's like, you want to race? I was like, no, my legs are hurting a little bit. She's like, oh, you chicken? Kicked in. It kicked in. I was like, heck no, I ain't chicken. I was like, you say when? And we took off running, and don't you know, them cigarettes, that's within 2 seconds, come falling out the bottom of my shorts, and the brake lights went, came on that van, and I was like, oh, crap. And she said, where? She went on. I was like, oh, maybe she didn't see me. So I picked them up, put them back in my shorts. I walked home. She was waiting at home. She said, how long you been smoking? And don't lie to me. I said, about a year and a half now. And I kid you not, my mother looked at me and she said, well, at least it's not drugs. And went in the house. She said, you're not smoking in the house, you're smoking outside there in the garage. I was like, oh my God. I thought I just got away with murder. Son of Jack, I'm 13 years old. My mom gave me the okay to smoke. But anyway, the point I'm trying to make here, folks, is that, like I said, we know it's stupid, but hey, we've all done stupid stuff, and just today with technology and social media, there's even more pressure, to come up with even more outlandish things to do, to get that attention, I right here is a perfect example, YouTube, you look at the bigger channels, some of the stuff they're having to resort to get the views, YouTube is like this huge fight for the views, which is a fight that I fail, like 50, 60 views per video. But, I don't care. I do this for fun. I do it to try to, inspire people for art and stuff. But, with today's social media, it's more pressure to, be more outlandish, be more bold, more in your face, So, let's not put the kids down. Let's try to reason with them. Let's try to reach them on another level. Because if you're making fun of them, all they're going to do is buck up against you. You know this. You did it when you was a kid. I did it when I was a kid. Somebody told me no. I was like, yeah, we'll see about that. Turn your back, see what happens. Or go somewhere, see what happens. Oh, you're grounded. Oh, really? Well, as soon as you leave the house, we'll see about that noise, won't we? And I was gone. As soon as she left the house, out the door, I was gone. I was like, hey, I'll deal with it when I get back. I get back, get my little butt whooping. And that was that, Jack. I didn't care. You expect kids today to be any different? I mean, think about it. So anyway, the ones of you that are doing it, I urge you, I know peer pressure's strong. And I know you want your friends to recognize you. You might want that hot girl to recognize you if you're a boy, or if you're a girl, you might want that pro football, or not pro, but that football jock, or that basketball player to notice you, But there's other ways to do it besides eating a Tide Pod, You're all special in your own right, okay? And all you have to do is dig deep and find that thing that makes you special. And if you bring that out, trust me, people will notice you. You don't have to resort to eating Tide Pods. Just bring out that inner self, that inner you, the special part of you, and people will notice you. Trust me. I'm 49 years old. I've been through it all. I've done it all. I've done some pretty stupid stuff in my life. So please learn from my mistakes, if nothing else. And Don't ruin your future eating a Tide Pod. I mean, nothing may happen, but something may happen, so don't ruin your future, please, because you're special, and don't throw that all away on peer pressure or a challenge, okay? Anyway, all right. Now, with that being said, like I said, we're going to end this on a positive note, a brighter, lighter note. So, we're going to tell some jokes. How about that? All right. First joke. Let me give me a little drink of coffee here. Y'all going to love this. This woman, it's her husband's birthday. And this is actually credit to one of my friends on Facebook. I don't remember who told it, but I love this, so I'm retelling it. This woman goes it's her husband's birthday. She wants to get him a new fishing pole for his birthday. So she goes to this tackle shop, and she goes in there and she asks the guy, she picks up his pole first. She's like, hey, sir, how much is this pole here? And he says, well, you're going to have to hand it to me because I'm blind. I can't see the tag, but I can tell from the weight of the pole and the feel of it, I can tell you how much it is. She says, oh, okay. So she hands him the pole, and he says, oh, that's a pretty good one. He says, that one there is, that's $35. And she's like, oh, okay. She says, my husband's worth a little more than that. So she grabs another pole she thinks is better. She says, how much is this one, sir? And he grabs it, and he's feeling it, feels the weight and stuff. And he said, oh, yeah, that's a little better. He said, that one right there is $50, ma'am. And she says, oh, okay. And she said, but my husband, I think he's still worth a lot more than that. So she goes and she finds this really pretty. It's a graphite pole, and it's got metallic, it's a really nice pole. And she grabs it, and she says, how much is this one, sir? And he grabs it, and he's like, oh, yes, you have good taste. He said, this is the best pole I have in this store. He said, this one here is $75. And she said, you know what? She said, my husband's worth it. I'll take that pole for $75. He said, all right, ma'am, let me get everything, get it wrapped up and get you rung up and everything. And, there's a bunch of people in the store looking around. Well, she feels rumble in her stomach. And she says, you know what? This old dude's blind. He ain't going to know who did it. So she just lets it rip. And, she goes up there to pay for her thing. And he said, will that be all, ma'am? And she says, yes, sir. He said, okay, that'll be $90, ma'am. And she said, 90? You said that pole was $75. He said, yes, ma'am, that's right. $75 for the pole, $10 for the duck call, and $5 for the stink bait. Have a nice day, ma'am. What y'all think of that? That's funny, ain't it, Jay? That's a good one. Oh, man, that's a good one right there. All right, I'll tell you one more and then we'll go off here. All right. There's this land development company, and they're going to build a road. Well, part of the road's going to go through a reservation, just the edge of it. Well, there's this chief that lives there. He's got a teepee set up, and he ain't not going nowhere. He said, nope, this is my land. I'm not going anywhere. So this guy, they send their main guy up there. He said, look, you need to go talk to this guy. He's holding up progress. So he goes up in there and he goes into the chief's teepee and he says, Chief. And he said, Chief said, Chief bows. And guy said, okay. Chief bows. And he said, look, we got to get this road through. It's going to help the reservation too. More people come, be more business for, the businesses you have here. This is progress, And he said, bows won't move. And that guy's like, well, he's thinking, he stopped up. So he's like, okay. So he goes get a couple laxatives and he brings back and he says, here, Chief, take these 2 pills, will you? He said, and I'll come see you tomorrow. So that guy leaves. Chief Bows takes him 2 pills. That guy comes back next day and he says, what do you think about it now? Chief, you ready to go now? And That chief very sternly said, "Bowels won't move." That guy said, "Well, daggone, man." So he said, "Maybe I need to up the dose a little bit." So he takes it up 3 pills this time. 3 laxative pills, X-Lax. Hands them Chief Bowels. He said, "Here, Chief, take these, and I'll come back to see you tomorrow." So the same thing, time passes. He comes back next day, and he said, "You feel any different about the matter, Chief? Is everything working out?" And again, bowels won't move. This guy's like, "Oh my gosh, this poor guy must really be stopped up." He said, "I'm going to take it up to 4 this time," he said, because nobody can make it through 4 of those pills. So he grabs 4 X-Lax, hands it to Chief Bowels. He says, "Here, Chief, take these 4 pills. I'll be back tomorrow." And so the guy, he leaves. He comes back next day. And he said, "What you think now, Chief?" Chief Bowles says, "Bowles got to move. TP full of poop." I'm sorry, I know that's crude. I heard that one a long time ago. I think I might actually heard it in the Army when I was in basic or AIT or something. I think one of our drill instructors told that one. Anyway, I thought that was a good one too. I know it's a little crude and a little, whatever, but hey, you work with what you got, right? Anyway, y'all, I wanted to end it on a happier note, make a few of you laugh. Hopefully I made all of you laugh. I know there's probably a couple of you like, "We need to talk about poop." I'm sorry. I am kind of a redneck a little bit, so, I could be crude sometimes. But, anyway, and, I don't know. I just want to try something a little different. Let me know below what y'all thought about it. If you just hated it, let me know. If you loved it, let me know below. Subscribe to my channel. Show me your love, your support. Like my videos, because, the search engine on YouTube is based on how many comments and likes you get and all that and how many views. So, leave me comments. Let me know if you hated it, liked it, what you want to see different. If you think, I don't know, if you think I did hit it off out of the park with the jokes, you think I need another channel doing comedic stuff, hey, I can do that too. Not just jokes. I did the Redneck Mattress Challenge. I did the other challenges with canned food and all that. And there's your perfect example. I did canned food challenge. I ate pig's feet, snails, eel. We all do stupid stuff, folks. We all do. Anyway, I'm going to get off here. I love y'all. Y'all be safe. Y'all be good to each other. And I'll see you again real soon. Thank you for watching, everyone. Remember, click on my goofy little mug down there to subscribe to my channel. Smash that like button to show me some love and support. And leave me comments down below in the comment section. Let me know what you thought about the video, what you'd like to see in the future, or just how your day's been. Doesn't matter. Just leave me a comment. And as always, folks, I love y'all. Thank you for showing your support, and I'll see you again real soon, folks.